Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. This is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I want to take a look at some underground and alternative comics. Got a big fistful of them here. Various creators, various publishers over a long period of time. So, and these are, of course, as most of the alternative and all the underground comics were, for mature audiences. So I'll do my best to not show naughty stuff. So we'll start off with issue number 10 of Joe Matt's Peep Show from Drawn and Quarterly. It's from 1997. Let me show you a little bit. And this is Fair Weather Part 4. So it's the fourth part of a longer story. And as most of Joe Matt's stuff was, or is of an autobiographical nature, or semi-autobiographical, because sometimes, you know, you get a little bit of exaggeration or artistic license in it. So this is a story from when he was a kid. And it is number 10. But here is Joe Matt's Peep Show, number 13. From still from Drawn and Quarterly. It's a little smaller size, but has some color in it. So I think they're compensating with some color for the size with to add a little bit of color. And it's still autobiographical. And this is from 2002. So there's quite a gap in there between issue 10 in 97 and issue 13 in 02. More stuff here shows Joe Matt with some of his friends who are also cartoonists. Have Chet Brown of Yummy Fur, and the other guy Seth. I can't remember his last name. I think it's Seth. It's hard to remember. And those are all fun. I have more of these elsewhere, I'm sure. I couldn't get every issue, but I just don't see this stuff anymore. I'm sure there's got to be published, but I don't know where. I don't see it at the comic shops, because almost all the comic shops are just that I see anyway, are pretty much exclusively mainstream, and I don't almost never see any of the alternative stuff. Then we have issue 2 of Real Stuff. This is from 1991, written by Dennis Eichhorn. I couldn't think of his name for a second. He writes all the stories in Real Stuff, and then has a variety of artists who draw his stories, and these are also autobiographical and semi-autobiographical. That's some really nice work there. Nice, highly stylized, and nothing too bad there. And here's a story drawn by Roberta Gregory, who I've talked about several times before. And see who are Williams, Shaw, Dugan, Gregory, and special guest Charles Bukowski. Yeah, there's a little Well, because this is when Bukowski was still alive, and he did a little poem here. That's issue 2. Then we skip to this one was I can't see it on the front. This is still from '91. This is number 4, Real Stuff number 4. So, and speaking of Charles Bukowski, there he is on the back cover. And this has Sturm, Drang, and Omi. I don't know them. Still written by Dennis Eichhorn. Oh, has Jaime Hernandez, Mark Zingarelli, Jim Blanchard, and a bunch of others. Death of a Junkie. And I have more of these. And he did another series that would come out less frequently, which was called, still written by Dennis Eichhorn, and even more semi-autobiographical, was called Real Smut, about some sexual escapades of him, friends, and or people that he made up. And here is Real Stuff. I think it's 16 from, I can't find the date. Yeah, 16 from '93. Same deal, still Dennis Eichhorn. Various artists. And here's Chester Brown doing that story. And here's a Colin Upton story that Colin Upton drew. And I just not last week or so I did that whole thing on Colin Upton's big thing. So he did some other stuff as well. We've got another one in here. Then we go some real old-fashioned underground stuff. His rip-off presses, Underground Classics, Wonder Warthog Volume 4. This is issue 5 of the Underground Classics, but first Volume 1 of Wonder Warthog. I have more of Wonder Warthog. This is reprinting Wonder Warthog stuff from the 70s by Gilbert Shelton and Tony Bell. And of course, Wonder Warthog is an underground parody of Superman. Here's the interesting drawing on the back cover. And this is legitimate underground stuff, but this is reprinted. This is from I want to say '87. Yeah, '87. But the original stuff was from the '70s. And here we have from Crankin' Comix, Rabid Animal Comics with a K and an X. Number 1. It's done by Mike Hirsch. And it's funny animals. And it's Rager Rabbit. This is from, what was it, 95. Very cartoony, as intended, as one expects when you got dealing with funny animals. Rager Rabbit. In Night of the Living Suburbia. Some funny stuff. And nice color job on the covers. And here you can see this back page. And then, keeping with that funny animal theme, is Cloud Comics presents All Duck. All Duck. It says, what you need is a good duck, is what this duck is saying here. Various creators. All Duck Volume 1, 1972, by Tom Hatchman, Joy Epstein, and Ned Sontag, Jay Kenny, Bill Skursky, and Peter Bramley. Ronald Duck, the Sex Maniac. Instead of maniac. Very underground. Got to be careful though that it's nothing too bad. And so you can see that from good shape. This is published, and it was originally 60 cents, and then some later point they were selling it because they must have set in a warehouse for quite some time, and then they put $50 stickers over the old price sticker, the original price sticker from when it was originally published. So it probably sat in a warehouse for many, many years. That's why it was in such good shape when I got it. And I've had it for 30 odd years. And then now where you got to be really careful, because this is when I say naughty stuff, this is all naughty stuff. This is weird smut. Is there a? It's from 1989. This is number 3. Weird smut number 3. You can see nice Spain Rodriguez cover. The first and main story is by him. Big Bitch battles Betty. So his character, Big Bitch, battling Betty Page, and has a really nice painting on the back cover, but it's probably a little bit too naughty to really show you very much. I'm going to see if I can find it. That first page is suitable. Let's see if I can find something that is some of the interior stuff that is not too naughty. This one's probably not too naughty. See, I try to keep the naughtiness down, and just for the same reason that I don't cuss on my show is because. And here's one story which I can't show at all by Larry Wells, who did Cherry Pop Tart. So anything. Here's one. If I don't show the middle part, it's a double page spread as a like a pinup like they used to have in Playgirl magazine, and it's done by Angela Bacoy. I can't read it. This is from '89, and I just because it's really, really nicely done. And but because I like to keep my channel, even though I know virtually all of the my viewers are. This is something that's. Nope, I can't show that. Nope, I was going to show that. Well, this page is probably not too bad. Because I like to keep it kid friendly. Because although I know most of my viewers are adults and probably older adults like me, I like to keep it kid friendly. To hopefully some kids will watch it and learn a little bit about comics history and an appreciation for comics that they may not already have. And here we have from Xenophile. It says right there, adults only. Incubus. It's kind of hard to read that lettering. And this is done by, written and drawn by Colin Upton, who I just talked about a little bit ago. But it is Incubus, like the demon. It's from Palliard Press, and it goes when it has Xenophile, and it's with 3 X's. And gets graphic, but it's very nicely drawn, and it was inked by what's his name, Eric Bloomrich. So Colin Upton only did the pencils, and I think this inker gives a nice professional touch to Colin's pencils. And I want to show you if I can find it's not a bad page. Looks really nice and sharp. And I don't know how many. This is number 2, so they had more. And then we're going to finish this off with this one that is very, very naughty. Is Return to Voodoo Island. But surprisingly, the cover is okay to show. And that's just about the only thing. I know there are a couple pages that I can show, and I will. Some really, really nice artwork on the cover. This is from Eros Comics. And even though it is highly stylized, the artwork is highly stylized, it is very nicely done. Nice detail, nice figure work, and the coloring here on this cover is nice. It looks like the color may have been done with either colored pencil or more likely pastel pencils. It's really, really nice. Now let's see if I can. Yeah, the back is okay. See, and this is well. Let's see. There was a. Yeah, here's a space that doesn't have a bunch of naughty stuff in it, but you can really see. This is by John Blackburn. And there's some really nice artwork and not really naughty. And while it has, this is bisex. It has a lot of straight sex and gay sex in it. And as you can possibly see in this here, the stylization on the male figure is very homoerotic looking. But it's so nicely done. So that is all I've got to share with you this time, and a variety of fun and interesting underground and alternative comics. So I want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Do leave your comments down below. Are you familiar with any of these titles? Have you read some, etc.? And the creators. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And remember, comics are art.